won it. In fact, Willie Mullins has won it for the last 4 years, and we have a competitive renewal this time round. Here are the runners and riders for you, headed by number 1, Bapaume, trained by W.P. Mullins, and the mount of Ruby Walsh. More prize money, €100,000 in total cash. Bapaume is Ruby Walsh. 2 is Dandy Mag, Paul Townend. 3, Land of Hope and Glory is Mark Walsh. 4 is Mega Fortune, Davy Russell riding for Gordon Elliott. 5, On the Go Again, Rachel Blackmore. 6, Denario de Zobo, the mount of Brian Cooper. And 7 is Mary Davy, David Mullins. Tom?
It might sound like a small detail, but the current favourite, and they flip-flopped, is Mega Fortune. And the big change for him was the application of the sheepskins, the cheek pieces, which went on in February, won the Spring Juvenile. Then he went to Cheltenham, leading home Bapaume, and also Land of Hope and Glory, 2nd, 3rd and 5th from the Triumph Hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival. If there's still enough juice in the tank, surely he's the one to aim at, because he has the form in the book, and he seems to have the edge over those 2 rivals. Interesting are the fillies. Little bits and pieces of money around for number 7, Mary Davy, and also number 6, Denaria de Zobo. Both of those two getting £7 from the boys with the fillies allowance. Mary Davy into 7-1, Denaria de Zobo being backed at 16 and 18-1. And I think that's what's exciting the punters, because so little between these market principles. Mega Fortune is favourite by a nostril, but money each way for Mary Davy, Denaria de Zobo.
Robbie Power has kindly come to join us. Robbie, what do you make of Apple's Jade there?
She was spectacular. She's a fantastic mare. She's been on the go all year. She had a very hard race when she went to Newcastle for the fight in 5th. Came back a week later and won the Hatton's Grace. She went to Cheltenham then and won the Mare's Hurdle, and back here today, and she's destroyed them. You know, she's a very, very good mare, and as Ted was just saying, it's going to take a very good gelding to give her £7 and beat her next season, you know.
She's remarkable. Tell me, what's your favourite Kardashian?
I don't know. I won't give the answer Ted gave.
Okay, don't worry. We've got an interesting one coming up now. I mean, it's round 5 between Bapaume and Mega Fortune.
Yeah, look, none of these were any match for Defy de Sol in Cheltenham. There's not a lot between them on any given day. Whichever gets the run of the race and makes no mistakes will win. They've been beating each other all season. Mary Davy, I wouldn't rule her out, and I wouldn't rule out Land of Hope and Glory either. He's only 3 lengths behind them in the Triumph Hurdle as well. I think this track will suit him better. So it's a very hard one to pinpoint.
Well, we can find out a little bit more about Land of Hope and Glory. Tracy's talking to Joseph.
Yeah, thanks very much, Robert. We were just discussing that this ground should really suit him today, Joseph.
It will, Tracy. He's in very good form. Like you said, the ground will suit him. The faster they go, the better. And hopefully he runs a good race.
They're unlikely to hang around, I'd say.
No, hopefully they should go a good gallop. Gordon's horse will be handy. I'd imagine he's made it before. So, yeah, listen, he's in good form. Yeah, hopefully he runs a good race.
Came out of Cheltenham all right?
Yeah, he came out very well. He ran well that day. He got back a little bit far and he stayed on okay to be 5th. It was a good run, and he's well entitled to be here.
Best of luck to you.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thanks, Joseph.
Bapaume, what about him, Robbie?
Yeah, Bapaume ran well. He was 3rd in the Triumph Hurdle. There's only a short head between him and Mega Fortune. He won in Leopardstown earlier in the year. Ruby Walsh picks him. He's obviously the pick of Willies.
Dandy Mag is Paul Townend's mount. He looks held on form. He was 13th behind Duffy de Searle at Cheltenham. He was beaten over 30 lengths. Made his Irish debut at Gorham Park in a maiden, which he won handsomely. And last time out, he was runner-up to Project Blue Book at Fairyhouse.
Hope you know more about this fella. You rode him in the Triumph?
Yeah, Land of Hope and Glory, I rode him in the Triumph. He's an absolute model of a horse. Finished 5th. He's only 3 lengths behind Bapaume and Mega Fortune. I think this track will suit him better, and I wouldn't rule him out.
Mega Fortune, he's a straightforward horse. He goes a good gallop, he jumps. I think he'll be hard to beat. Davy Russell go a good gallop on him. They'll want to jump well behind him. He stays well.
On the go again is the mount of Rachel Blackmore, trained by Michael Mulvey in Meath, and he won his first start at a maiden on heavy ground at Navan, and last time out he was beaten quite away by Project Blue Book.
6 is Denaria de Zobo, second runner for Gordon here, well held by the others on behind Project Blue Book at Ferryhouse last time up, and he was a long ways behind the others in the Triumph. She was Mary Dave
is number 7. She hasn't run since Leopardstown in February. She was 4th in the Grade 1 in Leopardstown. She comes here fresh and well. She was impressive when she won her maiden hurdle before that in Leopardstown. I think this one has a chance because she comes here fresh.
Yeah, she was very impressive the first day she won.
Yeah, she was very impressive at Leopardstown at Christmas, and as I say, stepped straight into Grade 1 company and wasn't a disgraced fourth. She has a good life chance.
Kids coming in with the mascot there, Robert.
Yeah, isn't that nice? This is a special day. It's family day. There's young children very much involved, and it's nice the way they do this. The young children coming in with the riders, the 7 riders for this AES champion 4-year-old hurdle. It's just a nice little touch they do on the final day of the season. And David Mullins there, who rides Mary Deavy, and there's Ruby, Bapaume's rider. We can have a look now, have a look at one or two of the races, or one race anyway. I mean, this is very interesting. We're going to have a look at the spring juvenile hurdle at Leopardstown. Mega Fortune beats Bapaume by 3.5 lengths. We also have back in third place Denaria Desobo and Mary Deavy back in fourth. She won well this day, Robbie.
She did, yeah. It was very soft ground this day as well. And actually Mary Deavy made a very bad mistake at the second last as well, which knocked the stuffing out of her, and she did well to stay on to be fourth, you know. As I said earlier on, these have been beating each other all season, and Mega Fortune will go along here. I'd say go good gallop in front as well, you know. But
Daffy de Sol must be some 4-year-old.
Yeah, he is. He's very, very good. I mean, he was spectacular in the Triumph Hurdle in Cheltenham, and he was probably a bit flat in entry, but he still won, you know, and good horses do that. When they're not 100%, they still find a way to win.
Talking of which, Sizing John, I mean, I thought he was wonderful the way he fought here early in the week. I mean, it was a really, really brave effort, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was he the same as, I mean, did you feel that he was a little flatter?
Yeah, he did. Now, to be fair, it rode a better race than the Gold Cup in Cheltenham. I thought we went a proper gallop all the way. But just down the back, he wasn't jumping with his usual fluency. He pulled the front shoe. Maybe that was the reason why he wasn't jumping as well, I don't know. But again, to be fair to him, good horses. He put his head down and he fought tooth and nail to win.
What a cracker it was. Bapaume. Mark Walsh, who rides Land of Hope and Glory, rattled up a 3-timer before meeting his match, and has been really good in defeat since then. Only 3 lengths off Bapaume and Mega Fortune last time out at Cheltenham. Nice little break since then. Mega Fortune and Davy Russell for Gordon. He was runner-up to Daffy de Sol. He had Bapaume on that occasion just a short head behind. In the Triumph, David Mullins and Mary Deavy, one of the 2 mares in the race. Denaria Desobo, the other, Brian Cooper.
It's great that we're part of a community, and in terms of our we're very.
Guys, what about the betting market? Who says what down there? Two horses very, very closely matched in form. 4 times they've met each other, and it's 2-2 at the moment.
And the market is struggling to split them in the betting ring, Robert Hall. It's basically 9-4. Your pick, Bapaume and Mega Fortune, Tom.
Yeah, Robert, that's exactly it. You say they're closely matched on form. They're identically matched in terms of prices. Most bookies and indeed the exchanges cannot claw them apart. The money, and seemingly the shrewd money, is the bottom one, Mary Deavy. We've only seen her twice. Short on experience, long on potential. 7-1, popular.
Well, it's on the go again, and Rachel Blackmore doesn't have her claim in this race, but she leads them out on the go again. Only the 3rd run this is over hurdles. This Son of Marican got off to a nice winning start when beating Icario and Tree of Knowledge. It was quite a way back to Tree of Knowledge, and then just had the 1 run since then at Fairyhouse at Easter in Grade 2 company when finished behind Project Blue Book. This is a bit of a step up, no doubt about it. Dandy Mag, another of Willie's runners, Paul Townend aboard. Wonderful prize money, Robbie.
Yeah, no,
You're getting a good bit of it.
Thank God. It's a fantastic week, 5 days of race and over €4 million in prize money, you know. And like any other week, if going into the last week of the season, if Gordon was 400,000 up on Willie wouldn't catch him. But it's just a phenomenal week. It's been fantastic racing all week as well. You know, there's been thrilling finishes. Sizing John and Jack Adam, the 2 horses in the stayers. And
what a race that was, Nicholas Canyon.
There's been fantastic racing all week, and I think National Hunt fans have had a treat this week.
Robbie, your situation doesn't get much better now. I mean, you know, you've had lots of successes, but your first jockey to the Potts is, in fact, your first jockey to Jessie, aren't you? That's the way it's going to work.
That's the way it's going to work. Jessie still has first call on me, and she was very good on Tuesday to let me off Rock the World to ride Fox Norton, you know, so we'll work together and we'll be able to manage it, please God.
Yeah, there'll be sticky out occasions when it'll be easy to get off one and get on the other, and then you'll have to say you know one another long enough, like to work it out.
Yeah, hopefully there's going to be difficult decisions to make. That's a jockey wants to have difficult decisions to make in races. So hopefully they will, but we'll work around it.
She's an amazing lady. Now, obviously down at Moon Training, she's got staying chasers, she's got sprinters as well. What happens in the morning? How do you sort of spread them out? Who does what in the way of work?
Well, Jesse and Kate organise all the going-ons of who's riding out what, and Emma looks after all the things in the office, the finances and all that, and it's a fantastic team effort down there. And I mean, in the 1 week she won the Irish Grand National over 3 mile 5 furlongs, and then 6 days later won a 5 furlong listed race in
That's
in
what I want to find out how it's done, do you see?
It's just
she's very clever.
She's just a fantastic horsewoman. That's the main attribute she has.
And she's got a good backup as well, Eamon. What about Eamon?
Yeah, Eamon's been there. My father once asked Eamon the question, how long has he been with Jessie? And he said, I was here before she was. He was there working for Johnny before Johnny met Jessie, and he's been a God servant and still there every morning making sure everything's 100%. Without good people like that, the business doesn't work.
Yes, champion 4-year-old hurdle, the final Grade 1 race of the 2016-2017 National Hunt season, and already down at the start Davy Russell is making his mark that he is the man who wants to make the running on Mega Fortune. Mega Fortune obviously is a big contender in the Gordon Elliott title challenge. He probably really needs to win this one to have any chance, and Mega Fortune definitely his strongest hope here. Mega Fortune is a horse who tends to race a little bit lazy. Early in the season they rode him from behind and probably just didn't do enough to get there in a couple of races, but when ridden very handily at Leopardstown making the running, he won well there and was again ridden quite handily at Cheltenham when second to Defi de Soy. So the bit of rain overnight will also be a help to him, I would imagine. We just walked across the track and there is a little bit of an ease in it, so that will help him. It'll just slow things down, and I'd imagine Davy is going to buck him out very handy. Just looks as if Paul Townend on Dandy Mag there to his left in the red and white colours looks as if he's going to line up very handily as well, and he has been ridden handily on previous performances when winning at Gorn and again when second to Project Blue Book at Fairyhouse. So they're just making their way across in front of us out onto the track. Ruby Walsh sitting in third or fourth there, and the other fancy Bapaume, and Mark Walsh on his inside in Land of Hope and Glory. So everything seems very nice and relaxed, and looks as if Dandy Mag is going to be the one making the running.
Walking forward towards the start, another nice prize, another hugely talented field, but it's Bapaume and Mega Fortune at the top of the market, and at the top of the grandstand is Tony O'Hare.
Yes, about to be sent on the way, the AES champion 4-year-old hurl, and away we go with Dandy Mag, the first away, followed by Mega Fortune in the stripes, Land of Hope and Glory along the inside, then Bapaume. On the outside of Bapaume is On the Go again, as they cleared the first. Canario des Obo is last but one, and Mary Deeby, the back marker, as they come up in front of the stands, and it's Dandy Mag, Paul Townend by just over a length to Mega Fortune in second, then Bapaume racing between On the Go again and Land of Hope and Glory, who's on the rails. Then there's a small break to Mary Deeby and Canario des Obo as they climb up towards the second. Dandy Mag, the leader, from Mega Fortune in second. They're followed by Land of Hope and Glory on the inside. On the outside is On the Go again, and between them is Bapaume. Mary Deeby next on the rail side of Canario des Obo as they turn to face flight number 3. Dandy Mag tracked by Mega Fortune in second. On the Go again, the outsider in third place. Land of Hope and Glory next with Bapaume, and then Mary Deeby and Canario des Obo is the back marker of the 7 as they race down the hill and on towards the 4th. Dandy Mag from Mega Fortune in second. On the Go again is third. Land of Hope and Glory just 4th ahead of Bapaume. Mary Deeby and Canario des Obo as they come up now to flight number 4. Dandy Mag has the lead by just over a length to Mega Fortune in second. Land of Hope and Glory on the inside in the green and yellow, followed by Bapaume and On the Go again, and then Mary Deeby. Canario des Obo is last of the 7 as they swing right-handed into the back straight. Dandy Mag in front by almost 2 lengths to Mega Fortune in second, and third is Land of Hope and Glory, and then comes On the Go Again, Bapaume between horses, then Denario de Zobo racing on the outside of Mary Deavy as they head to the first of the two. They jump in the back straight. This will be 5 from the finish, and Dandy Mag has it by just over a length. Mega Fortune in second, Land of Hope and Glory on the inside. On the Go Again is fourth. Just behind these is Bapaume, and then Mary Deavy, Denario de Zobo. 5 from home. Mega Fortune jumps up closer there to Dandy Mag. They're followed by Land of Hope and Glory with Bapaume alongside. On the Go Again on the right, and then Denario de Zobo and Mary Deavy. This is 4 out. Mega Fortune and Dandy Mag. Bapaume tracks them. Land of Hope and Glory still travels well on the inside. On the Go Again is next, and then Mary Deavy and Denario de Zobo as they leave the back straight and head towards the third last flight now. Mega Fortune on the outside of Dandy Mag. Land of Hope and Glory just third from Bapaume. On the Go Again is next, then Mary Deavy and Denario de Zobo. At the third last, Dandy Mag, Mega Fortune on the outside. Didn't jump it that well, Mega Fortune. Bapaume is third, Land of Hope and Glory on the inside, and then Mary Deavy as they come towards the second last, and Mega Fortune goes up again to show just ahead of Dandy Mag. Bapaume is just in behind them with Land of Hope and Glory. At the second last, Mega Fortune, Dandy Mag, Bapaume on the outside. Land of Hope and Glory is next. A gap to Mary Deavy as they run the turn into the straight. And Dandy Mag on the inside of Mega Fortune. Bapaume is right behind them, and so is Land of Hope and Glory, and Mary Deavy not out of it either on the outside as they race towards the final flight. Mega Fortune comes under pressure. Bapaume is ranging up to challenge. Mary Deavy's finishing the race out well on the near side as they come to the final flight, and it's Bapaume who leads from Mega Fortune. Mary Deavy and Land of Hope and Glory. Bapaume over the last from Mega Fortune. Land of Hope and Glory is staying on well, and then Mary Deavy is into the closing stages. Bapaume out in front. Bapaume and Ruby Walsh from Land of Hope and Glory. Bapaume wins it. Land of Hope and Glory is second, tight for third between Mary Deavy and Mega Fortune, and they're cleared Denario de Zobo. And then came Dandy Mag, and finally the outsider On the Go Again. So Willie Mullins increases his lead in the title race. Bapaume has turned around Cheltenham form with Mega Fortune and landed the AES champion 4-year-old hurdle.
And wins the race for the 5th consecutive year, Ted Walsh and Robbie Power.
Yeah, fantastic race. I think that puts the seal now on the Trainers' Championship for Willie, but Gordon's still a young trainer. It's only a matter of time before he wins it. There's not a whole lot between these again. Land of Hope and Glory is finished a bit closer to Bapaume. Mega Fortune thought turning in that he might see it out. He stays real well. But Ruby's tracked Davy Russell every step of the way, and he's just saved that little bit more. And when he wanted Bapaume there over the last, he was good. He was good for him.
Yeah, he was very good over the last. Mary Deavy rounds on the outside. She's come back to something like her best as well too. It's a tight there down over the last, but Davy is hard at it with this horse. He likes a tougher track. Has had a couple of hard races, and he can find no more. Bapaume just finds there wasn't a lot between him at any stage, a length or two, whether it was Leopardstown or Cheltenham, wherever it was. But he left the last well, which sealed it for him. I thought for a few moments here when Mark Walsh got stuck into Land of Hope and Glory, he was going to nail him, but it's a short run in here, and in the last half a furlong, he's never going to get there, is he?
No, he's staying on well at the end. He's never going to get caught. As you said, for a few strides at the back of the last, you thought Land of Hope and Glory might get to him, but Bapaume has pulled out plenty. He stays really well.
Bapaume and Land of Hope and Glory first and second at the Leopardstown Christmas meeting, and Bapaume confirms the form in the champion 4-year-old at the Punchestown Festival. 2-1 favourite.
Yeah, the horse of JP's, Philip Hobbs' horse, definitely the soul, beat these horses well at Cheltenham, and then he confirmed it again at Liverpool. He's definitely a long ways the best 4-year-old around. And the rest of them, a blanket would cover him every day of the week. Yeah, he's just in a different league.
There's nothing between the rest of them, and definitely the soul could step into a champion hurdle horse. I don't think any of these will.
Still nice prize to win, and shows that it means to Ruby, who's been hitting the crossbar all week, but wins the Grade 1 on Family Day here, the final day of the festival. Robbie, while we have you before they come back, you're right, sizing Codelco before you weigh out, won impressively at Aintree.
Yeah, he was very good at Aintree. He's a bit of a funny lad. He likes to get his own bit of space and that, so we'll be trying to do the same thing as Aintree, ridden handily, and get him into a nice rhythm, and if we can get into the same rhythm as we got into an Aintree, hopefully he'll run well.
It's been an astonishing week, 5 winners.
Yeah, no, it's been a fabulous week, and it's been a fabulous run since Christmas, so long may it continue.
And well deserved. Tell me something else. You're looking forward to a lot of nice horses next winter now.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, Size and John, Our Duke, Fox North, they're all some very exciting horses, and Mr. Potts has bought a few nice young horses as well, so there's plenty to look forward to, as I say, roll on next November.
Yeah, hope you'll have a lovely individualisation between the two horses stay sound.
Our Duke. Sorry, gentlemen. Tell me, Finian's Oscar only beaten the Whisker yesterday. He looks a smart horse, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a very good horse, and probably my own fault on him as well a little bit. I probably went a bit too soon on him.
You think so?
I do, and I came back in. If I could do it again, I'd have done something different. But you always say that when you get beaten in a short head anyway. But
that's what makes you a good job.
That's racing, and look, he'll probably go chasing next year, and he could be a very exciting horse.
He looks to be a very, very exciting horse. Here's we'll look at the breeding momentarily. Willie Mullins with Robert Hall.
Willie's with me. Willie, we've seen a wonderful race and a really good winner, and we've seen another championship for W. Mullins.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. I didn't do any sums, but there's another big race to come, and
you can't be caught.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know that. Yeah,
this is a very good horse.
Thanks. We'll talk to you later. Yeah. Sorry.
A very good horse.
He's a very good horse. Got his revenge from Cheltenham, and the 4-year-old hurl as well. He's improving.
Well done, you.
So, thank you very much, Robert.
Yes, Willie Mullins, another winner. Ruby Walsh as well. You saw talk about Robbie Power. He's blaming himself for getting beaten Finian's Oscar. And you rightly said, good jockeys. He always
stretched himself. This man is very, very hard on himself, Ruby. He's a very complete rider, but he's hard on himself when he gets on himself. And I think there's all the good lads are always saying if they get beat a head or a neck, what they could have done different. Most times they couldn't have done anything different, and it'd be the same result. It's like the good hurlers, the good footballers.
But does the same like rule for people at home watching, like the professional sports people? Do they watch the race back, Ted, or do they?
I don't know about watching it back. They can do now with all the video and everything else, but they know themselves straight away. They might look back at it and say, well, maybe I wasn't as unlucky as I thought I was. But he's hard, this man in particular, Ruby, is very hard on himself for no reason sometimes, but that's the way he is.
Ruby Walsh in the winner's enclosure at Willie Mullins. Let's look at the breeding. This horse is by Turtle Bowl, of course. Turtle Bowl won the Prix Jean Prat, of course. He was beaten by Shamardal in a Guineas. That was a good few years ago. Subsequently won the Prix Jean Prat a couple of runs after that. French 15 would be the best son of Turtle Bowl. He's his first 2-year-olds this year out of an American post, but a really flat breeding.
Yeah, but it's all about the mares.
Absolutely.
I mean, we keep talking about the stallions. I mean, the mare that won a Wappel Jade is out of a mare that was unbeaten in 5 runs, and her second dam won 17 races.
That's a big bearing.
You cover them to anything. They produce good animals. The stallions get away with murder. The mare only has one chance. The stallion has about 120.
Yeah, but then we'll come back to that because we have to speak to your son, Ruby Walsh.
Absolutely brilliant result. Well done, Ruby. He's something else. He really accelerated after the last.
He's a tough little horse. Probably got outstayed by Mega Fortune. January time in Leopardstown, but he jumped the last really well. Tracy and stuck his head out. We needed him.
As you said, he isn't very big.
No, he's only a handy little horse, but he delivered on a very, very important day, and
you can see it up there, Ruby.
Delighted I was some use to Willie Mullins this week.
Well, you got him ahead anyway, and I don't think he's going to get caught now. I think that it's in the can now, but
not technically, but anyway, don't worry about the crafty butcher, and we'll celebrate then if we can.
Go and celebrate. You deserve it, Ruby. Well done. Well done.
Yes, it is a Willie Mullins 1-3 in the AAS champion 4-year-old hurdle. That big dollop of prize money doing the job for the Mullins team. Your winner for Ruby, and indeed for Willie Mullins, number 1, Bapaume, eventually returned the 2-1 favourite. Second, number 3, Land of Hope and Glory at 4-1. And third was the filly, number 7, Mary Deavy. She returned a very smart run from her at odds of 7-1. All 7 went to post. Loads more good stuff coming up here at Punchestown, including at 5 o'clock. An absolutely tremendous handicap. That's going to be a cracker just after this short break.